What is going on, guys? Greggles TV. This is the newest iPhone. It's the budget iPhone. It's $399 for this thing. Super inexpensive, crazy, and it has an A13 processor, which is the same processor as the iPhone 11 phones as well. So it's freaking crazy. We'll go over the phone, but first let's talk about what comes inside the box. This is the Project Red version. So they give some of the money, I believe, to AIDS and I believe also to COVID, I think it was. When you open this up, we'll look in here in a second, but you do get headphones. These are lightning headphones because it doesn't have a headphone jack. So you get lightning headphones. You also get a charging cable, which is going to be lightning to USB-A. And then you also get a small little charger as well. I love it that they included the headphones, especially with how inexpensive this phone is. It's pretty crazy that they did that. Inside here, you get a little, if you end up getting the Project Red one, you'll see that they give you a little information on that. You also get a how-to iPhone. You get a SIM card ejector tool. And that is pretty much it, as well as you might look like you got red stickers, but you didn't get red stickers, so you just get the normal iPhone stickers. So even though this is a complete budget phone, you get the full Apple experience in terms of accessories and everything else you would expect inside of this box. So good job with Apple for doing that. Here is the Project Red one. Red, white, black, one single camera on the back as well as a flash. They're not going to get like a ultra wide camera on there. You're not going to get a telephoto. It's just a one main camera. And then, like I said, a flash. You get Apple logo. If you get the Project Red one, I'll say Project Red at the bottom. You get your power button on the right hand side. You get your volume keys up and down, and then you also get your mute switch. At the top of the phone, you don't have anything on there. At the bottom of the phone, you get the two speaker grills as well as the lightning port to charge this up. And that's pretty much it with the phone. On the front of it, you do get a home button, which also is a fingerprint sensor. And there's no face unlock on this. So if you love face unlock or face ID with Apple, you don't get that with this phone, unfortunately, I guess. So just if that's a big thing to you, you're gonna go back to the fingerprint sensor, which it works pretty well. I haven't really had any issues with the fingerprint sensor with getting the phone unlocked or anything. You can see it's pretty accurate, and then you use it also when you're in the App Store and other apps that would use it as well. So let's just jump around the phone just so you can see some of the performance. The performance is really good on here. You'll be quite happy with, jumping around on this phone and just using it to do whatever you want. There's no lag or anything like that. It's really, really good. I've been quite happy with it in terms of performance. When we open up the camera, I'll show you some of the different modes on here. So this is using the back camera just so you can see. But you do get photo, you get portrait, you get panorama, and then you also get video, slow-mo, time-lapse, and then on the front camera it's basically all the same: time-lapse, slow-mo, video, photo, portrait mode, and panorama. When we go into settings, you can change this all the way up to 4K 30 video. So I'll show you that real quick. There you go. And then you go in, you can see 4K 30. There's no 4K, there's 4K 60 actually, but it's gonna change it to high efficiency mode, which makes it a little bit harder to edit on my computer. So I just usually keep it at 4K 30 on the iPhone. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They give you all the way up to 4K 60 on video there. And speaking of the camera, let's check out some photos and videos that I captured with this phone. Your boy Greg recording on the iPhone SE 2020, the red one, baby. Just got it at like 4 p.m. Pacific. Came a lot later than I thought it would. I thought that UPS would deliver this sooner in the day, but they didn't. But this phone is so small, ridiculously small. I forgot how small like this is. Even like the keyboard's super tiny. Phones have gotten so huge. Even when if you think, and even this phone's actually big compared to the iPhone 3GS and 4 and all that stuff. I think it's way bigger. It's just crazy how big phones are. And again, this phone is like, what? I think it's a 4.7 inch screen and still freaking crazy small. What do you guys think about the video? This is the front camera. Let me know in the comments. And then let's check it out next to an iPhone 11. You can see iPhone 11 just looks so much larger. This has a 6.1 inch display. This has a 4.7 inch display. So the display is much bigger. And these, look how big these bezels are. It's, this is the bezel right here. Here's the bezel right there. So huge bezels. This really doesn't have that many, really any bezel for the most part. It does have a notch at the top, but beyond that, it's all display, which you're looking at, this size alone. This obviously has a wide angle and a main. This just has the main, and this has newer cameras as well. Now that we checked out camera samples from this already, why don't we check out just a comparison video of the front and back cameras and a couple of selfie shots that I captured with both of these phones. What up everybody, iPhone SE 2020, rocking on the front camera here. It's limited to 1080p, but this is what it looks like and what it sounds like. Here we go with the iPhone 11 front camera, 4K 30. It can do 4K 60 on the front, but obviously I want to show it at its max resolution, and this is what you get, and this is what it sounds like. Here's a little iPhone SE 2020 video sample shooting in 4K 30. This would be a great comparison to show it against the iPhone 11, which is also a budget phone, to see the big difference, if there's any, between the video and the sound. Here you go with a little 4K 30 action on the back camera, this time for the iPhone 11. Do you think it sounds better or worse than the iPhone SE 2020? Here's a video playing right now. Make sure it's in 1080p. So there you go, it's gonna play in 1080p, just so you can see what it looks like. Looks beautiful, looks fine, especially with the screen this large. I'll let you hear the speakers now. It's a little bit early to ask the question of the day, but I'll switch things up because I still have a story after this. But question of the day, would you choose an LTE variant to save $200? Speakers are plenty loud. Screen looks beautiful, especially again at this display, watching anything at 1080p. I even noticed when it was playing at 360, versus getting the 5G, which also could do LTE. It doesn't even look that bad just because the display is so small. Let's see if it's, make sure it's playing at 360. Yeah, it's playing at 360. And it doesn't even look bad just because the display is so small. So the size is something I love and hate about this phone. First, the thing I love about it, the size, is that it's so easy to hold it in your hand. You can reach all the buttons really easily without having to shift your hand at all. It's just, and my hands are tiny, so it's like so comfortable to hold this phone. It's awesome. But at the same time, the screen is so freaking small. It is tiny. So like, for me, when you get a little bit older, you want something with a bigger display. I mean, I know I can increase the font, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's definitely too small for me. I wouldn't want to use this on a regular basis to look at stuff. It's just too freaking small for me, but it's super comfortable. I can see this being a great phone for like teenagers or people that have impeccable eyesight. Definitely, I think you'll be happy with this because of the size, the performance, and the price. It's like, it's a no-brainer. It's a really solid phone. You might be curious if it wirelessly charges, and it actually does. I'll show you right here. You can see it's on a wireless charger and it's charging, so it does wirelessly charge on here. So in the short time I've been using this, the cameras are definitely decent. Being able to record 4K video looks pretty good. The photos come out pretty good, and the performance is good. The price, like I said. So I have no problem recommending this. I just think the people it fits, it's not everybody, but no phone fits everybody. But I think it's definitely a phone that if you got and you're not expecting like the best screen or the best sound, even though the sound's pretty decent on here and the screen is still pretty decent on here. You're not looking for the most modern design. Again, I think you'll be happy because it's just, the price and performance is crazy good. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys down the road. Peace.